I made Nick Chubb a 0 overall normal development trait, and until he reaches a 99 overall, for every yard he gains, he gets plus 1 point. For every touchdown he gets plus 10 points. For every time he fumbles and is recovered by the opposing team, he loses 10 points, and each point is worth 1 stat, and at 70, 80, and 93 overalls, his dev trait will increase. First Energy Stadium versus the Cincinnati Bengals. So right here, I'm going to hit Chubb on the flat. And he's going to get... Oh, he's going to fumble! Okay, it's picked up by offensive lineman. I wonder how good stretch runs are going to be. There's going to be room to the left. There's space. 3 yards. I'm going to see if a screen works. I'm just trying to figure out what works with a 0 overall and what doesn't. Okay, good blocking. We'll get about 4 yards. So I'm showing you this play because it gets us down to the 1 yard line, and then I'm able to throw this to Chubb and he will get a touchdown. I do also think wheel routes will work good because they don't usually cover the backs, and he's open and he's gonna get a few yards. So here on 1st and goal, I expect to lose yards on the toss, but we get good blocking from our offensive lineman, and it creates a hole right here, and we're able to get a touchdown. So here on this play, it's unfortunate for Chubb because he gets a few yards, but then he gets injured, and he will be ruled out for the rest of the game with a bruised sternum. So for rushing yards, we had 8 yards, a touchdown, and that 1 fumble that was recovered by the offensive lineman. So in total, we have 18 points to spend from rushing. And from passing, we have 13 yards and a touchdown, which means we have 23. And 23 plus 18 is 41 points that we can spend on Nick Chubb. So first, I'm going to add 21 to his speed to make it 22. Then I'm going to add 10 to his catching. Then I'm going to add 9 to his acceleration. Heinz Field, not Acrisure Stadium, versus my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This ball is going to Chubb up the middle, and he will gain 7 yards. It looks like Chubb's going to get open here. Oh, he's open, and he dropped it. He's going to get open again. There he is, wide open. He dropped it again! So here Chubb's on a wheel route, and he's going to get open, it looks like. Yep, and he's going to get 8 yards. I'm going back to this play again. He has to catch it at some point with how open he is. And he dropped it again. I'm going back to it again. He's got to catch it at some point. And he dropped it. Okay, we're in a perfect position to get a touchdown if he'll just catch it on this play. And he dropped it again! I don't know what it is with this play, but every single time that I throw to him, he drops it. And he dropped it again, just what I expected. So on this play, he gets wide open on the out route, but unfortunately he gets injured after a 5-yard gain, and he has an MCL sprain, and I decided to keep him for some reason. So here I'm back to this play again, and this time he's going to get open, and he's actually going to catch it for 6 yards. So after that catch, I'm going to go back to this play again, and he's going to get open, but he's going to be just short of the 1st down. And so after 2 straight catches, I decide to run it again, but this time he drops it. And after our recent success with the play, I decided to go for it again, and he gets it and gets a 1st down, but then he fumbles and it's recovered by the defense. So now I'm running the play again, and he's going to drop it. I don't know why I keep going back to this play, but this time he got stuck blocking, and whenever I tried to throw to him, he was double covered and he dropped it. And he's injured, and remember that partial MCL sprain? Well, now it's a partial MCL tear, and he will not be able to return for the game. And because I decided to keep him, now he's out for 5 weeks. But anyways, rushing, he had 14 yards and a fumble, so he only got 4 points from rushing. And from passing, he got 36 yards and 0 touchdowns. So that's 40 points that we can add to him this game. So I'm adding 20 to his catching after that last game. I mean, look how many times he dropped the ball in this play. And to finish off the points, I'm adding 10 to his acceleration and 10 to his speed. Lumen Field versus the Seattle Seahawks. I also didn't know there was a truck up there. So here on 3rd and 1, I'm running up the middle, and he's going to find the hole, and he's going to get 8 yards. So here on the outside run, we get good blocking and find the hole, and we're able to get about 10 yards. So a few games ago, I removed all the other running backs because Nick Chubb was getting too much time taken up, and now Myles Garrett is in the game at fullback. But also on this play, we get down to the 1-yard line. So now I'm just able to run it in with Chubb, and we get a touchdown. So here I'm going to hand the ball off to Chubb, and the offensive lineman get a nice hole, and we're able to get about 9 yards. So here we have a counter run, and we get about 10 yards on the play because of good blocking. And here, even though Nick Chubb is extremely slow, he's still able to get open on this slant for a nice gain because the defenders just let him go. So this play was crazy. So first I put him on an out left route, and I roll out with Deshaun Watson, and then I throw it to him, and he somehow holds on to this, but not the other passes that I threw to him that were easy. Then he fumbles, but our offensive lineman picks it up. And here Myles Garrett is in the game again, so I just thought I'd have a little fun and put him on a wheel route and try to throw it to him. He dropped it. And then I go back to this play again, and he gets open again like he normally does, and then he drops it like he normally does. And then here I just punch it into the end zone with him. And here on 3rd and 9, Chubb fought for every yard he got after he got past the offensive lineman. He got about 8 yards. And here on the goal line, we're just able to punch it in with him again. And then we get in the end zone again with him. And then here we're on the goal line again, and we're able to get in with him. And here for rushing, he had 116 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 fumbles, but only one of the fumbles was recovered by the defense. So that is 156 points for rushing. In receiving, he only had 27 yards and 0 touchdowns. So 156 plus 27 is 183 total points to spend on his stats. So I'm going to add 67 points to his speed to max it out at 99. Then I'm going to max out his acceleration by using 79 points on it. Then I'm going to add 10 to his agility, strength, awareness, and carrying. And then I'm going to add 1 to his catching. First Energy Stadium versus the Cardinals. So first I'm putting Chubb on a wheel route, and then I'm going to throw, and he's going to get a bunch of yards. About 25. And here we have an explosive stretch run from Chubb for about 30 yards. And here I put Chubb on a wheel route, and he's going to get open, and he's going to get about 15 yards. And here I put Chubb on the wheel route, and if he caught it, he would have had a touchdown, but he dropped it. So here I put Chubb on a slant, and I roll outside of the pocket, and he's wide open, so I'm going to throw to him, and he drops it in the end zone. And who needs Myles Garrett on the field whenever you have Nick Chubb? He's going to get about 25 yards on this catch and run. And here I put Chubb on a streak, and he's going to go deep and not be covered, and whenever I throw it to him, he's going to break free and get about 70-yard touchdown reception. So here I put Chubb on a wheel route, and I'm going to go to him, and he's going to drop it. So here Chubb's on another wheel, and he's wide open, and there's no defenders around, and he drops it. So here I'm going to motion Chubb out, put him on a streak, because he's not covered, and they don't have time to get set. He burns the defender, and he's going to get a 75-yard touchdown reception. So here Chubb's on a wheel route, and he's open, and he's going to get a nice chunk of yards. So here the defense isn't ready for the route after Chubb's play action, and he's wide open, and I'm able to get down to about the 12-yard line. And then here I hand the ball off to Chubb up the middle, and he's wide open into the end zone. And here we have a nice outside run, and he's able to get about 10-15 yards. And here he's going to go on a wheel route, and he's going to get wide open. He's uncovered, and whenever I throw, he's getting nice blocks by the receivers, and I think he has a touchdown, but then he's 1 yard short. So here he's on a swing route, and he gets open, and so I throw, and he's able to just walk into the end zone. So here on 4th and 10, I motion him out and put him on a slant, and he gets wide open, and he makes the catch and gets the first down. And here we have a 91-yard touchdown reception from Chubb. In overtime. So Chubb finished the game with 110 rushing yards and a touchdown. So he has 120 total rushing points from this game. In passing, he had 462 yards and 4 touchdowns. So he has 502 points total from receiving. And 502 plus 120 is 622 total points for this game. So I'm going to max out his agility to 99. I'm going to max out his strength to a 99. I'm going to max out his awareness to a 99. And I'm going to max out his carrying to a 99. I'm going to add 6 to his catching. I'm going to max out his break tackle and trucking. I'm going to add 32 to his stiff arm. And 32 to his change of direction. And after that game against the Cardinals and all that upgrading, he's now up to a 78 overall, 79 with the morale boost. So Chubb's on an angle route. He should get open here. Gonna roll out left. Oh, he's wide open. And he dropped it! He's on a wheel here. He better catch this. Gonna roll out. He's open. Oh, he's just waiting. Comes back to the ball. Is able to get a good bit of yards. And here he gets a nice 8-yard run. So here he's running a stretch run to the left, and he's going to get 10 yards in the first down. And here he's just going to run up the middle and dive over everyone into the end zone. Here I'm doing another stretch run, and he's going to get about 20 yards. And here Chubb's on a wheel route, and it's not always that the quarterback just has to make a good throw for a nice touchdown, but here Deshaun makes a nice throw, and Chubb's able to break off for the touchdown. And here he's on a wheel route, and I thought that he had a nice touchdown here. After he broke this tackle, but Roquan Smith came up and shoved us out of bounds. And here Chubb has a nice receiving touchdown in the back of the end zone. And here on 3rd and 24, he's able to get enough yards to make it a 4th and 17. And this play is an example of why you don't taunt in Madden or in real life. He's wide open, he makes the grab, and he gets all the way to the end zone, and then you start taunting, and then he fumbles, and the defense recovers it, and you don't get a touchdown. And here's another example of why you don't taunt. He's wide open, and he breaks off the defenders, and he's gonna have a touchdown, and then you start taunting, and he does the airplane thing out of bounds. Yeah, well, at least he still got the rushing touchdown here. And here Chubb's gonna have a nice run for an 8-yard gain. Now here he gets pressed and he's wide open on the outside. And this time before I taunt, I go near the inside, that way I don't run out of bounds. And here we have a nice run on first down for 8 yards. And then here, just to get 2 yards, we go all the way outside. And here he's almost in the end zone. He just breaks a bunch of tackles and he keeps breaking them until finally he gets taken down on like the 1-yard line. And then we run up the middle and he jumps in. So that game we had 120 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and that 1 fumble. So we have 140 rushing points to spend on him. So here we have 374 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns, which means we have 404 total yards from receiving. And 404 plus 140 is 524 total points to spend on him. First, I'm going to max out his stiff arm using 56 points. Then I'm going to max out his change of direction with 66 points. Then I'm going to max out his spin move. Then I'm going to max out his juke move. Then I'm going to add 90 to max out his ball carrier vision. And then I'm going to max out his catching. And now Nick Chubb is a 99 overall X Factor. And he got that way from being a 0 overall, but for every yard he gains, he gets +1 to his stat. Please like the video and subscribe if you want to. And in the comment section, let me know what you would like for me to do next.